How are you? I'm Chase Skrubis with Cornell University here on the 7th green at Bethpage Black. Today we're talking a little bit about the shoe testing and research trials that Frank Rossi and Carl Schimenti and I have been doing across the Metropolitan region regarding FootJoy shoe study traffic work on putting surfaces. So we've worked at a number of facilities in the Met, Northern New Jersey, Connecticut, Westchester, and Long Island, looking at POA percentages on greens, some with more bentgrass, some with more POA, studying how the effects of traffic are received by the surface and how that may affect a putt or a ball roll, anything that a golfer might perceive. So we take firmness, moisture content, how the ball rolls, speed, trueness, and smoothness with the USGA GS3. And then we also look at bobble damage and visual damage and POA percentage. So the procedure so far in the Met testing has, it's been refined over the years. It started off with lots of walking on Frank and Carl's end. We've refined it now to the fact that Frank is our primary walker. He has a certain walking style which is quite aggressive. That's the point. We're trying to generate traffic. We simulate 140 rounds of traffic. So in a 10 by 10 foot square, Frank is walking in a concentric circle. He simulates that traffic. We take pre and post traffic data. So one of the key data points we collect is ball roll in terms of speed. So we'll roll typically the USGA GS3 and we're collecting stimp meter data to see if the length of roll is changing after we traffic each plot. And each shoe is, obviously providing a different level of traction, but the goal is to see will putts be made or missed based on the traction that we're applying to the surface. We measure firmness at all of these Met shoe testing sites. Firmness we found to be more accurately correlating with player perception of putting surfaces. Most players can't associate a difference in putting surface speed, plus or minus 9 inches of speed. And really we see great uniformity on most surfaces that we test. Firmness is where players can attribute more of their perception to the surface. You walk on the surface, you see the way the ball reacts, you can feel it underfoot, and more often than not, firmness is a really important metric that we have to measure. Moisture data is also a big part of what we test. We're looking at the top 3-inch moisture, anywhere in up to 1 inch for POA, deeper for bentgrass, and this is important in categorizing our surfaces that we test. Not all surface test conditions are the same. Sometimes we have rain, sometimes it's super dry. So we categorize, a number of course management practices. We ask superintendents to fill out a 10 to 13 question questionnaire, how they've managed the surface, growth regulator rates, nitrogen rates, how many rolls, mows, anything else they've done, top dressings to the surface. And then we categorize these maintenance practices into a database, and we're trying to conceptualize, can you manage differently to affect the putting surface in different ways and manage traffic? We've worked at a number of facilities in the Met. We've also worked with Titleist, went to the TPI Performance Institute in San Diego. We've also been to the Acushnet facility in Massachusetts. And both of these facilities offer optimal testing conditions. They have limited play. It's really more for research and development. They have some private fittings, but the Titleist and Acushnet facilities and the folks that maintain them have been excellent. They're great partners and they provide great surfaces for us to test on. Nice flat putting greens. We can do multiple trials at the same place. And we're learning lots about how different amounts of traffic, different shoes, different growing conditions and different seasonal patterns affect all of these results as well. So this has been great information and great additions to our data set really as a whole.